Alright guys, Ryan here, RSC, Life on Two Wheels. So there's the OG blade, we'll call it. Just want to show you some differences of things. So that's the 2021 model. There's the 2022 model. So we'll go over a couple differences quick here. What I've noticed. Obviously, the frame is a lot different when you look at the OG one. Now, it's these cross tubes, for instance. These are 1 inch across. These are 7/8 across. Okay, so this tube here, your down tube, is about 2.5, just about. It is 2.5. These here are about 3.25. 3.25 wide. Excuse me, I got a cold. So the bottom bracket casing thing here. So that support, the width here, is 2.5 inches wide, where this one is 4 inches wide without the side plates. And you can see the length of it here. It's just, that's 8 inches, that piece, where this is, from its bottom there, that's like 3.5-ish. Now, what they've done here is kind of crazy. It's awesome. Like you can see like how nice these frames look, these new ones. I'm not saying the old ones didn't look great, they do. I think the production quality on these is better. I think this frame design is better, and it's like, here's some more reasons why. So how this has a massive cutout right there, that's where your battery would go. If you look at that, that's a big gap, big piece of your frame missing. So this here, what they did is great. And then, so there's a lot there too. Under here, that's all your wire. So your wire's coming out in here. So it's just like a bit of material gap of nothing, and then a little strip of material hole, and then again like the gap, and then the frame starts. So there's quite a bit of area that's not actually welded, or it can't be welded, so which can create flex and whatnot. And so what I think this design is way better, why, is because the battery here, this is all together. It's all one piece. Well, it's not one. It's actually what it is. It's pieces that have been formed, and then they weld them together. But this is an 1/8 inch thick wall. You have a steel reinforcement here, or aluminum, I mean, which this part here is an 1/8 inch thick. So this makes it more rigid. You can hide your wire, whatever you need. You can. This makes it rigid. That it has to be though, because you have the battery that goes in here inside that locks in, and then your other battery here. So I did some measurements. The bike, the OG blade, from here, from that point of your crank to the axle right there, this there is 18 inches. That same spot here, from your axle point to there, your bottom bracket, the crank piece there, that's 18.75 inches. Your headset here, or the down tube, okay, on this OG one, That's 5 inches. Here to here, that on the other one's 5. This is 6. These are 1 inch tubes. Those are 7/8. Now you're gonna, one thing I've really noticed with them, oh yeah, so I was gonna show you. So underneath the blade, the OG up under here, under the seat, that's where the controller is, the control box. So they're not doing that with these now. I don't know if many people noticed that. So this is a plate that comes off, unscrews. I got this side off. So this is, you know, it's big, bigger than you would think. And your control box actually goes in here. So your wires run down through the inside of this frame, come out the hole there, and then all meets here. Then here is for the second battery. Excuse me. Second battery. This is also would be sealed. The plug goes in, meets. Then here, the bottom, that other wire, and your brake line, your wire, your for your brake light, and for the motor, the wires, that would all go, that all meet there. So all your stuff, like a lot of the stuff's enclosed now. So another big difference is, like, look at this, like how nice this all is, the machining and stuff. So that is way different on the OG compared to the new one. Also, another couple things I noticed is a big thing, obviously the frame, like we all know that's different, like the looks of it, but it's kind of fun. It's following the same principle of the geometry of it. Like this changes from here to here. That changes from the top of that. So it's 20 and a quarter. And this one is 19. So you're getting 1 and a quarter here, but keep in mind that the new seats are trimmer. They're not really puffy like this one, and the plastic doesn't go up high. Where these will be more low profile, so that'll seem the same anyways. How this bike, the OG here, has, you can see how the frame comes out with the seat, and then this jots in, the frame's on a sharp angle. Well, really all they've done is they've just kind of eliminated this part of the frame. They brought this back more, a little bit. Or sorry, so what they changed it, sorry, I kind of said that backwards. They've changed their angles and brought this way. And this part, like the number plate we'll call it, is essentially there, but it's not. That number plate bar and stuff, and this, technically, if you just imagined it, would be this coming down with the number plate because your seat rides up. But that being said, this here, where is it? So when you look at this bike's frame, this comes down and meets up your axle. If you took a square and came off this part of the frame at the very top here, came straight down, right where it ends, I'm going to show you. It's kind of hard to show. Anyways, can you see how that is tucked? This is in from here. It's a hard thing to show here. So anyways, this straight coming straight down is tucked in more than the new one. The new one, if you look at it, goes, it's way further out right here. If you dropped, like, you know, you can see the difference there. How much more it is. So what that does is essentially kind of, like I said, you're kind of changing, you're kicking the end out a bit. The other thing is, so that's 18 from here to there, that's 18 3/4. When you take this measurement from the axle part here to the tire, edge of the tire, I'm going to say it's about 11 and a half. Okay, so if you went from that, I'm just trying to get like what the gap difference is in here. So that there to that edge of that tire is about 6.5 from the to the center of that crank. So I'm looking at this gap area. So if you did 11.5, so right about there. So that's 7.5. This is about 6.5. So how that's, you know, you gain another inch, you gain an inch. Like essentially they've just kind of changed the angles. I can't say for sure if this is, I don't forks on, I can't give you that full dimension. But the bike is built I think way more solid. So it's just like, when you look at how much weld is here, like, okay, this part, like that swinger arm tube, that's 1.25 inches from right there. This is 2.25 inches. There's just so much stuff like that it's just beefed up, and I think it's gonna be a great ride, great design. It's a great design. All this is just like so much weld in here, and it's just gonna be so, there'll be no flex, it'll be rigid, and I think they nailed it. It's super heavy duty. It looks sexy, it looks mean, it kind of checks every box. It's a total game changer to me, I think. Like, it looks so much better, and it already did look good. So anyway, I thought I'd share that stuff, a couple things with you. All right, take care, bye.